note card 1, note card 2, note card 3, note card 4, note card 5, note card 6. 1, 2, 3. Did you know that gasoline vapors contain benzene? And according to the American Cancer Society, exposure to benzene can cause anemia, low white blood count, and low platelets. These are 3 symptoms of blood cancer, also known as leukemia. My father actually has leukemia, and he got leukemia from working on big engines in the military for close to 20 years. Every year we lose millions of gallons of gas due to evaporation. To put it into perspective, Statistics Canada says that in 2009, approximately 15.4 million gallons of gas were evaporated across roughly 11,000 gas stations. There are many causes to gas evaporation, 3 of them of which I would like to discuss with you today. The first thing worth mentioning is vapor reclamation systems. There's actually systems in place at the gas pump that will help alleviate a lot of the vapors. Basically, as the gas is traveling from the tank at the gas station into your car, it's displacing the vapor that's in your car. That vapor goes back up the hose and back into the holding tank at the gas station. According to the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality, these systems can actually alleviate up to 95% of the vapors that are coming from filling up your car. It's worth mentioning though that this is only under ideal conditions. If you have an older car where the gas port might be a little bit bigger, or the boot on the gas pump is ripped or damaged or even missing, you're never going to be able to reclaim the 95% that the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality is claiming. The first thing I would like to talk about is damaged or malfunctioning gas caps. According to the New York Department of Transportation, you can lose up to 30 gallons of gas a year to loose, damaged, or missing gas caps. And this leads up to 147 million gallons of gas evaporation each year. The second thing worth mentioning is filling up during the hottest parts of the day. I don't want to get into all the random science stuff, but as it gets hotter outside, the molecules in the gas start moving around faster. Because these molecules are moving faster, the gas physically expands, and when you go to fill up your car, you get less of the molecules that make your car go forward versus what you paid. The third thing to talk about is physically overfilling your car. I'm guilty of it. I've done it many times over the years. You get to that click, and then you decide, just 2 clicks more. Let's get that extra 50 cents in there. CNET explains that this is actually a very bad idea. The first reason why it's a bad idea is some cars actually have their own vapor reclamation systems, and if gas gets into that system, it can lead up to a $2,000 to $1,000 repair bill on your car. The second reason CNET cites is it's actually physically a waste of money. Sometimes when you're overfilling, depending on the car, there's a little port that as you overfill, it's actually dumping that gas on the ground underneath your car. A lot of people don't even realize that this happens. The third reason CNET cites is it actually defeats the gas pump's vehicle reclamation system. So we just lose that 95%, and all of the gas vapors are going into the air. The good news is we can do our part through 3 solutions. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the malfunctioning gas caps. Admittedly, a malfunctioning gas cap can be kind of hard to detect, but there's a couple things that we can do. One of them that happens yearly to check this. The first one, the one that happens yearly, is doing your car inspection. Many states, they actually check this during your inspection, and if you do not pass the vapor check, they will not do your inspection. The second one is I found a website called yourmechanic.com, And he cited 3 ways you can check yourself to see if maybe you're leaking gas. Admittedly, the third one, you kind of need a mechanic. The first reason is your gas cap does not tighten. So if it's not working how it used to, get it checked out to see if it's leaking vapors. If you smell fuel inside of your car, it could be because of a leaky gas cap. Go ahead and get it checked out. And the third one is if you have a random check engine light, you can take your car to a mechanic and have them run a code on it to see if it's possibly a leaky gas cap. The second thing I'd like to talk about is the avoiding filling up during the hottest parts of the day. According to the National Bureau of Standards, a 17-degree rise in temperature equates to a 1% increase in volume in gas. So in Texas, during the summer, when we can have like a 30-degree swing in weather temperature between the early morning and the hottest parts of the day, by filling up in the morning, you can physically get 2% more gas into your car for the same amount of money. The third thing is the overfilling. This admittedly is the highest risk, but it's also the easiest to avoid. The gas pumps themselves nowadays, most of them anyways, have a built-in sensor. That's the little click you hear when you're filling up and it goes click and the pump stops. If you want to get more fuel, instead of going click, click, click and possibly overfilling your car, if you fill up your car slower, it'll cause the sensor to react slower and you'll physically still get that gas. The benefits of preventing gas vapor exposure are numerous to our health and environment. Whether it be leaky, malfunctioning gas caps, filling up during the hottest parts of the day, or overfilling our gas tanks, all of these lead to more vapors in the air and the possibility of adverse health effects to ourselves. As Margaret Mead once said, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world, for that's all that ever have. 1, 2, 3, and filling out forms.